so much.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
And now, it's time for the next episode of the CSCE tapes.
Pekka had arrived in London. He had an Airbnb near the British Museum on Bloomsbury Square, second floor. Noisy plumbing, but Wi-Fi was solid. After a quick shower, Pekka took the underground, minding the gap, and headed west. Shepherd's Bush Market Station. He found the building with GPS. It was like a chapel. His steps echoed. Room number 101 and the group, all three. They were already there, and a few silent, shadow-like assistants. The group looked calm, certain, like people who'd spent years knowing something the rest of us didn't.
It was a small auditorium. Room was dim. There was a big screen and some classical music came out of it. They were polite, but all three very serious. No smiling or handshakes. Of course, no real names. No personal info, except mine. They didn't look like conspiracy people. But can you tell it by the look? Zagreus was an older guy, sharp-dressed man, but somehow like from the future. Ovilgi, well he looked like a mix of a rock star and a kyborg. Sibyl 96, a gothic girl like the picture on her profile. Still I don't know should I tell more about how they look. You can cut this out if necessary.
We didn't.
One of them offered me tea. I said yes. I never got it. They didn't waste time with small talk. And it was okay with me. I come from Finland. Hehehe. They showed me where to sit. And then. It was like someone had opened the gates of a dam.
What Yoda told him in the dream turned out to be accurate. Pekka really had to unlearn what he had learned. The group began briefing. It was like Pekka was back in school again.
And the
'cause the hottest babies are all running free. 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 'Cause the hottest ba
me.
told Pekka how it all started. The leading governments had long known about the visitors. There was hard evidence, most famously the Roswell incident in 1947. But real contact, the kind the CSCE tapes hint at, formal, structured, undeniable, that came later.
1973. President Nixon crossed the line. It began as a casual evening. Drinks at his Florida retreat. Just him and Jackie Gleason. Then Nixon said he had something to show. A military car took them to Homestead Air Force Base. They were waved through every checkpoint. No questions asked. Inside, Nixon led Jackie down a corridor, then into an elevator. It went deep. The hallway at the bottom was silent, cold. Then Nixon stopped. He turned to Jackie, smiled. A door was opened. Inside, 4 frozen extraterrestrial humanoids. Jackie Gleason, famous actor, comedian, Nixon's trusted friend, signed a non-disclosure agreement, but he couldn't help himself. That night, when back at home, he told his wife Beverly, the damage was done. Nixon had made a terrible mistake. Action was demanded by all sides, Republicans, Democrats, Communists, and as is claimed, also by the extraterrestrials. They sent an undisputable message.
Then came Watergate. On its own? No, it was a carefully crafted setup. Republicans and Democrats made it happen together. They needed a scandal, one the public could digest, something dispensable. And Nixon, he understood. He accepted the trade and played his role. He had crossed the line. He had to step down, not for the Watergate tapes, but for opening a door that should have stayed shut, so he was removed.
Some believe Stanley Kubrick was involved in the setup, because there are Kubrick fingerprints all over the Watergate material. The lightning, the framing, the pacing. It's not Dr. Strangelove, but it's close.
The first contact of modern times wasn't a handshake. It was an ultimatum. And from that moment on, the rules were no longer ours. Nixon's recklessness forced their hand. They argued it was necessary, and used the fear of public hysteria to justify their actions. People are not ready became the universal slogan.
Later on a coffee break 96 Sybil told me, Nixon was a strong force, a superior negotiator, just like Trump, years later. That's why the extraterrestrials wanted to take him out at the time. He was not the villain, she claimed. He should be remembered as a hero, not a crook.
But removing Nixon, Trump's personal hero and political blueprint, was just the beginning. Soon after, the first classified symposium on cosmic entities, CSCE, summit was arranged in Helsinki, 1975. On the surface, a diplomatic milestone. Behind the scenes, something else entirely. Helsinki summit set the pattern. A neutral facade, useful negotiation platform when humans and non-humans need to talk for big issues. And the most important issue in Helsinki 1975 was how to keep the secret from the public.
I'm in London, Camden Town, looking for some action and fun. Well, I go to the underworld, on the world's end, waiting for the sun.
So yes, they certainly are here. The first confirmed arrivals are from early 20th century, but a few isolated visits are clearly described already in the Bible. Undeniable signs of extraterrestrial visitors also appear in certain Egyptian and South American glyphs. But real presence in modern times? That grew rapidly after World War II. And ever since, they've been multiplying, silently, strategically.
Pekka didn't know what to believe, but the material was hypnotic, frighteningly certain, no caveats, no doubts, as if history hadn't been hidden, just misfiled. And now, finally, someone was putting it in order.
Before anything else, you need to understand their politics. There are two dominant factions among the extraterrestrials. We call them the Continuum and the Initiative. The Continuum prefers order, preservation, stability. The Initiative wants action, heat, movement, control. And every major decision, every disruption on Earth is shaped by the struggle between the two. A struggle they both call the final battle between light and darkness.
As we know from human history, everyone thinks they're fighting for the light. That's the problem with light. It blinds you.
I didn't understand half of it, but somehow it made sense. They showed me how intergalactical politics work. Two ageless factions, all the diagrams, timelines, case studies, history rewritten. It was convincing, almost too convincing.
We've always been told to look up, but we should also look down. Most extraterrestrials aren't like us, or giants. They rarely have tentacles. They're small, some not much bigger than ants. As our electronics have shrunk and grown more powerful, so have their brains. Miniature intelligence, minimal needs. That's why they thrive underground, inside trees, under stumps, between roots. But their real power? It doesn't reside in the body. Each entity is tethered to a hovering neural cloud, a floating field of memory, energy, and awareness. That's where their cognition expands. That's where the swarm becomes one.
What the group told Pekka, they care about forests, sure, but not because they're tree huggers. The small ones build entire kingdoms in forests, but they have cities also in parks, golf courses, and even beneath urban streets. Anywhere with cover, mostly underground, and being tiny helps. Less energy needed for movement, simpler design for interstellar travel, less cargo, less waste, everything scaled down. Some of their vessels float like pollen, just drifting through space, until they find the right substrate. Then they bloom and expand.
At first I thought they were messing with me, but then I remembered the Gateses mentioned in the tapes. This all resonated so well with what I was heard on the CSCE tapes.
Stranger in the stranger pub, somewhere in time.
Out of everything presented during the London briefings, few things were stranger than this. A theory by UAP academician Arnold Bluffman, published in the Journal of Exoanthropological Semiotics. According to Bluffman, the claim originated from a leaked transcript, allegedly dictated by a human stenographer present during closed continuum deliberations. The takeaway? Aliens love UFO stuff. Not the sightings themselves, but the content we've created around them. The dramatic documentaries, the YouTube compilations, the mystic music, the infrared filters, the shaky camera work, slow zooms, the fact that extraterrestrials are always naked and have no genitalia. Bluffman claims they even seed this material themselves, post in forums, upload fake footage, and occasionally sneak in selfies, just to mess with us, for laughs. But what they truly adore are cute dog videos on YouTube, especially the one where a dog wears sunglasses and falls into a fountain. One continuum negotiator even used it to defend humanity, claiming, according to Bluffman, that any species capable of producing such joy didn't deserve total eradication, as some initiative representatives have repeatedly suggested.
It was hard to keep a straight face at this point, but I had to. For the group. They were all so serious, and I didn't want to mess it up. So I mumbled what the ETs think about Hollywood. Did that Bluffman I know anything about that too? The group responded with the 20-plus-minute PowerPoint presentation.
Some extraterrestrial lovers see Hollywood as part of the strategy. A long game. Controlled exposure. They're heavily involved. Get us used to the idea. So that when contact happens, it won't feel like invasion. It'll feel like nostalgia.
That's what Bluffman claims, they told Pekka. But a rival doctrine disagrees. Yes, they certainly follow Hollywood, almost religiously. But no, they are not involved in it. Still, they've seen all of it. World of Worlds, Alien, E.T., Independence Day, Arrival, Contact, District 9. And to them, it's complicated. Some find it insulting. Others call it wishful anthropology. Some see it as good entertainment, like the blurry UFO documentaries, typical for a young, immature civilization. Close Encounters and Arrival might be pathetic and naive, but at least they were diplomatic, hopeful, preparing the landscape maybe.
But Star Wars, that one is different. Some ETs say it's almost like a documentary. Surprisingly accurate, especially the political system. And weirdly, even many of the species. Yoda, Huts, even the idea of Sarlacc. Something there has to be some kind of leak. From their history box or something. The only thing not so right. No humans. At all. We just weren't there.
It was enough for one day. Too much, maybe. Pekka felt strange, so he went to the Egyptians in the British Museum to put his feet back on something solid. But standing there among the statues, some of them looked uncomfortably familiar. Or should we say, alien. Pekka decided he needed a pint after all. Or two. After the rather entertaining afternoon session from the day before, covering, among other things, how extraterrestrials view Hollywood, the tripod group reconvened on the third morning. This time they took Pekka into deeper waters, the beliefs outlined in what's now known as the Nevada Pamphlet.
What do extraterrestrials believe about the universe, life, death, themselves, and mankind? Among the Pentagon dumps Trump approved in 2019, there was a strange little pamphlet, allegedly translated from something recovered at a crash site near Ain Karim, Israel. Only the translation remains.
The pamphlet, with introduction and side notes, was compiled by Dr. Elias Nevada, an award-winning linguist who later disappeared under unclear circumstances. Along with the original source, the document appears to be spiritual in nature, maybe even sacred. Its meaning, distorted, debated, and somehow disturbingly familiar. According to the Nevada Pamphlet,
there are certain things all extraterrestrials agree on. First, our universe is not an accident. It is constructed by what they call the architects. Second, our universe is just one among many, maybe nested within a root universe. And third, it was made for a brief, brilliant era of life, long gone. But it was left running, like yesterday's lab experiment, forgotten but still active. South Our World is a leftover, lying around in the cosmic archive.
the Nevada Pamphlet claims the Continuum faction believes the reason the archive was left running was because they knew there was still life inside. Ending it would have been unethical, and they had the space, plenty of it, better to let it fade away on its own. Besides, their perception of time is different. 1 billion years to us, just a quiet afternoon to them.
The Continuum treats the archive with reverence. They want to protect it, as if someone might still be watching. They study it to better understand the makers. By observing worlds, tracing evolutionary paths, decoding biological systems, cataloging it, not to interfere, not to manipulate, but to learn what the architects might have intended. There are fingerprints of them everywhere in the universe.
The initiative sees it differently. To them, the archive is abandoned property, left behind for the bold to claim, repurpose, reshape. They're not interested in understanding the architects. They want to become ones. In this point, it's worth noting, as xenopolitical analyst Dr. Elon Bischofshofen notes in Intercivilizational Alignment Review, 2nd issue, 2022, page 66. The two main factions aren't species-based. Both the Continuum and the Initiative include a wide variety of civilizations, some so different they can't even physically communicate. And yet, they choose sides.
So it's not lizards vs back eyes. They're all mixed in. Sometimes even brothers. That's what makes it nasty. Especially for swarm type of species with collective minds.
What's most confusing, some extraterrestrials have adopted human belief systems. Christianity, Buddhism, even Scientology, and apparently some are registered Republicans. But beyond their faiths, what's their verdict on humanity?
CSCE, CSCE, CSCE. Stay cool. CSCE.